excited to have you join me on Crosstalk, Vikram Dhawan. Hello, Vikram. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much for agreeing to come in here. When life happens, how insurance can make all the difference, Vikram?
Well, when life happens, and that is actually the synonym, um, death is the ultimate truth. So the people left behind, your family, your friends, they're the ones who are taking over the burden. And since we are living in Canada, the fact remains that everything needs to be insured. Actually, insurance is a bloodline of every economy, and people need to look into it.
Friends, my friend Vikram is an insurance and investment advisor and has been in the industry for last few years. He specializes in estate planning, critical illness, disability insurance, cash value insurance for both personal and small businesses. He also provides health and dental insurance for individuals and small businesses. In case if you want to get in touch with him, you can freely, happily get in touch. I will be dropping in his details in the tagline in the podcast at the end. So let's begin our show. Vikram, there are so many types of health insurance, property insurance, disability, and these days even pet insurance. How should someone begin to figure out what they actually need?
Okay, let's start with the basics.
Mhm.
The reason why everybody is failing is because they just simply fail to plan. Nobody plans to fail, they just fail to plan. When you buy a car, you buy a car insurance. That car insurance is only for the car, not for you, not the person who's driving it. It's for car. Your home insurance is to rebuild your home, not your life insurance.
Mhm.
Your mortgage insurance is only covering your mortgage, which, by the way, gets 95% of it gets denied. You can look at a report, CBC report on that in denial. And then you have pet insurance. So you go to a doctor, you get your pet treated, and you pay through insurance. There's insurance in everything. Even your cell phone has insurance. But tell me one thing, what's more important? Your cell phone, your pets, your house, your car, or the person who's paying for it? That is you. So everybody is working the other way around. Rather than buying a house first, insure yourself first, because nobody has a contract with God which states that we'll go on this date at this time and I'll have no liabilities.
Definitely not me. I don't have any such
Nobody has
contract.
that contract. I've been in the industry for some time and I've realized that nobody has that contract. Nobody has shown me that contract. As I say, life happens and everybody should be prepared. It's not them, it's the family that's left behind.
So, what is the biggest myth or misunderstanding you heard from people repeat about insurance?
The biggest myth is insurance is expensive. That's the biggest myth. Second thing, it's the priorities. People don't prioritize their own life, people don't prioritize their own health. And insurance is one thing that is transferring of risks from yourself to a third party. That is insurance. If somebody has $1 million insurance policy, they're not paying $1 million. They are paying maybe 30, $40,000 over a period of 20 years.
Oh,
But the fact still remains, do you have it? And that 30, $40,000 is for a middle-aged person, not even for a child. So insurance changes the fortune of your family for generations. Use it as a tool for yourself.
I have never heard somebody talking so deeply, so nicely about insurance.
It's a fact. As a matter of fact, if there are two individuals who have just come to Canada, they're living in a basement. And God forbid if something happens to one of them, be it critical illness or disability or death, for example. What will the other partner do? If they're right now surviving hand to mouth, how will they even pay their rent? But if one of the partners is insured, at least the surviving partner can pack up their bags and go back home or survive in Canada at least. Otherwise, the person living in basement will never come out of basement. Same is the case with people owning houses. You own a house, congratulations, you bought a house, but you bought a liability. It's a mortgage. And the
Mm-hmm.
mortgage was given to you and your family because of two or three people earning in that family. If one of them passes away, the banks have right to recall the mortgage. How will you pay that house off? It's
So
life insurance.
yeah. So what do you advise? Like in this time of uncertainty, when I hear everyday people losing their jobs, do you have also have any such kind of insurance that covers
Yes,
this
we
kind
do.
of
We do.
situation?
Actually, as a matter of fact, we have a loan insurance. It's a very specific product, and it can pay up to $10,000 a month tax free to the people who have this insurance. It's a loan insurance, your car payments, your rent or mortgage, your property tax, your car payments, uh, basic expenses. If you can write it down and it's up to $10,000, this insurance will pay for it. But people don't have knowledge. That's the problem. So if people are losing their jobs, or what we have seen in our South Asian community is heart attacks. If somebody has had a heart attack, what do you think the partner will do? The partner will go to work or will go to the hospital? Who
Yeah.
will pay for the parking? And since the partner is in the hospital, that means nobody's working, so the income stops. So if you have a critical illness insurance, it's dirt cheap. So it's pennies to a dollar. If you have a, let's say, $100,000 critical illness insurance, and God forbid, you fall critically ill, you have the money sitting in your account tax free, so you'll focus more on getting well as compared to thinking who will pay my mortgage, how will I pay my mortgage, what will happen to my funds, emergency funds, if I have any. So you deplete your own funds or take on credit just because you had a heart attack. That's not right. Your treatment in Canada is for free,
Mm-hmm.
but your medication is not.
Yes.
Parking the car in the hospital is not.
And it's
Your
expensive.
coffee is still, $2 a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Everything adds up. But if you have critical illness insurance, if you have loan insurance, at least you're covering your family. You're covering your liabilities while you're alive.
Yeah.
And one of the myths in insurance industry is that when I die, my family will get paid. No,
Mm-hmm.
you can use insurance as a tool while you are alive and reap the benefits of insurance while you're alive. This
Oh.
can be a retirement plan. This can be a backup plan. People take insurance, I say wealth account. I normally say that wealth account. It's a whole life policy
Mm-hmm.
for a child, a zero age old child, a newborn child.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised that if you just deposit $148 a month
Mm-hmm.
for 20 years, the child has emergency funds of almost $40,000 by the time they reach 21, and that can be used for their higher education.
Yeah. A lot of other things which keeps coming
I
throughout.
mean, life happens.
Yeah. Okay. So when someone is shopping for insurance, what red flags should they look for in a policy or the provider?
See, all the providers primarily have different products,
Mm-hmm.
and these products are basically focused towards clients and of different age. So when somebody is going in for an insurance policy, they should know their short-term goals, they should know their long-term goals. Nobody knows how much insurance you need till you don't do an insurance needs analysis.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot say I need $1 million policy while you need $3 million policy. So you need to know the red flag is if somebody says, okay, I'll give you, $1 million policy for this much amount of money. That's the first red flag. They're just making a sale. On the other hand, for a client, they should look at what is the history of the company, how long the company has been there.
Okay.
I'll give you example. A travel
Mm-hmm.
insurance company, which is the new one as compared to an old one. It's not the price that's more important, it's the claim of travel insurance. Similarly, how many companies are actually good in paying out the claims while the clients are alive? Be it travel insurance, be it critical illness, be it disability. What are the companies actually doing? Are the companies paying the claims? It's not the premium, but the claims that people should look at. Be it travel insurance, critical illness, disability insurance, or even life insurance. You should look at how much cash value is being generated.
Quite an information, Vikram. What's something important that most people forget to check in their insurance documents?
The first thing is they forget to check or ignore how much insurance they need.
Hmm.
Most of the people are underinsured, and they should pick up their phone, call up their advisor every 6 months,
Okay,
and not 1 year, but every 6 months. Call up your advisor, ask your advisor to come over to you and do a reevaluation of your insurance policy.
but will they be paying extra every time they call up the insurance guy?
No, they won't.
Oh no. Okay.
As a matter of fact, when you get an insurance policy, the insurance advisor actually gets paid from the insurance company. You don't have to pay for it.
Hmm.
You just pay a premium. The insurance company pays all the advisors. So every 6 months, pick up the phone, call up your advisor, have a sit down with the advisor. Maybe there's been a child born in the family. Maybe a new retirement strategy could have been set up. Maybe somebody got promoted. Maybe somebody got demoted or they lost their job.
Yeah.
So you should keep your advisor engaged with you. And the matter of fact is, it's the agents who are calling up their clients all the time and they're saying, guys, can we meet up? There must be a change. No, no, no. It should be the other way around. The clients should call because, after all, the beneficiaries are their own family.
Mm.
It's not the advisor.
I get that. Very important. And what should someone do step by step if they need to file a claim?
Okay, let's say it's travel insurance, parents visiting Canada, grandparents visiting Canada, and they have had an emergency. The best thing is, everybody, when they get a travel insurance,
Hmm.
they get a card, the insurance policy number and toll free number. Pick up the phone. Don't call the advisor because the advisor is not a doctor and he's not a claims person. They have to call up the insurance company from whom they bought the travel insurance from, let them know that they are taking the insured to the hospital so that the claim can be opened up. Because it's an emergency medical situation, the claim can be opened up and they will communicate directly with the hospital.
Hmm.
Don't go to the hospital and after the treatment you're filing claims. Whether your parents are visiting Canada, whether you have visitors to Canada, or you're traveling outside the province of Ontario or outside Canada.
I was just going to ask because when you're traveling outside your province, you got to take another travel insurance, right?
Yes, because we all have OHIP,
Mhm.
Ontario Health Insurance Program. None of us have Canada Health Insurance Program.
Yes. And people forget this.
People forget this. They go to America, they go to Canada, they travel around. That's great. Travel within Canada, you can get a policy for $10 for
So
two
cheap.
weeks. Yeah,
Oh my God.
it is dirt cheap.
Yeah, it is.
All insurance policies actually depend on your age, your sex, and your health and your habits, whether you're a smoker or drinker.
Mhm.
It is not the insurance company which is setting up premiums just like that. No, it's the individual who is getting the insurance, whether it's travel insurance, critical illness, disability, or life. So when you go out of Ontario, make sure you're insured because the ambulance service in Quebec is $600. In British Columbia, it's $900. You'll get a bill at home.
Oh my God.
But your
So
travel insurance will
expensive.
cover that.
Too expensive, man.
And you know what? One of my clients, his father came over to Canada, fractured his ankle. 3 weeks, the bill was $92,000. He
Shit.
had travel insurance. Everything was taken care of by travel insurance. So everybody should be covered in that.
Yes, yes. What one piece of advice would you give to someone who feels overwhelmed by insurance but wants to take action today?
Call me.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, if you have an advisor,
Yes.
Sit down with them and go through your insurance needs analysis. Ask your advisor to give you insurance needs analysis, because that insurance needs analysis will work on few things. The first thing is how much insurance you need, and to come to that, we look at your assets, we look at your
Mhm.
liabilities, and did you know dead people are unemployed? So we replace your income as well. So just in case if you pass away, your income is replaced for a few years. So that insurance needs analysis actually helps the clients to find out how much insurance is required. Second thing, get insured as of yesterday.
Yeah.
If you're not insured today, that means you're late. Get insured, whether it's a term policy, whether it's a cashback, universal life policy, or a whole life policy. Get insured. The occurrence of insurance or the need for insurance more is uh, the order in which everybody should get insured is get critical illness first.
Mhm.
Because somebody can have one heart attack and then they can go deaf even. So critical illness covers that, you know. Then get disability insurance. After that, get life insurance, and then your retirement planning starts. So the order of insurance should be critical illness, disability, life insurance, and then your tax planning and retirement planning. Prioritize yourself.
Prioritize yourself. You consider the importance of having insurance. It's very, very important, guys. Very nice information. Thank you so much for sharing this. It has been a very, very interesting conversation. In fact, incredibly eye opening. Vikram Dhawan, thank you so much for
Thank you
breaking
for
this
having me
down
here.
for us.
Thank you for having
Guys,
me.
guys, insurance must not be the most exciting, but it is a very, very important, one of the most important things. You should all have it, and once you have it, it can make a difference. You don't know what's coming up in your life next. Life is very unpredictable.
That's true.
To my listeners, don't wait for the crisis to figure out what coverage you need. Start asking questions now. Contact Vikram Dhawan. He's there on a call. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you so much.